One of these teams might pull ahead. Still untilted, Aydan and Nick. These boys live here.
You know, Aydan and Nick loved all the updates, I'm sure, alongside a lot of the controller players that have recently come on in with the difference in the ability to add custom binds, the ability to instant edit, change the sensitivity between when you're building and shooting.
Hey, Twitch Moments fans! If you would like to enter this month's Fortnite V-Bucks giveaway, all you have to do is simply like the video, leave a comment down below, and stay subscribed to the channel. Good luck and enjoy!
Normally, all these things being used by Aydan and Nick to match the caliber of these top mouse and keyboard players. And there's the Make It Rain bonus on the side of your screen. It's right now tied between Caliber, Nolan, and Aydan and NICKMERCS. Remember, if it is tied, it will roll on over to the next game. Continue on through. Both players now at max shields. They've got two just below them. That's perfect tilt and Diggy. And Aydan's just going to reset with this launch pad for the moment.
The majority of this building he's on top of right now, the outside surfaces look like they've been replaced already, and Aydan and Nick might actually own it. We'll have to see as they move into here. Nick's looking, you know, stink grenades. He gets a tag. You could hear the audio cue there, which means he knows there's somebody in the bottom of this. He's going to try and go inside. He doesn't own the surfaces. He had to knock him out. There's that. Oh my gosh, the laser from the side as the sandwich happens. You got to watch out just potentially if there's a trap in there. Got to be careful, but Nick pushing inside. Maybe misses. He doesn't realize his AR isn't reloaded. He has the double barrel, gets the knock on perfect tilt. The trap, though, he's got to be very careful. He's going to hug that corner so it doesn't go off. Gets that elim. Diggy is still alive somewhere in here.
That's at least 3 limbs now for NICKMERCS and Aydan. That's another point for this duo.
The crowd behind us cheering for this duo. They're making sure they hold on to this. Nick has his eyes on Diggy. He's going to try and push up. I wouldn't be surprised if there wasn't maybe some drop down from underneath. Oh, surface replace. He's got to hear him.
There's one thing you know about
there
playing
it
with
is,
NICKMERCS.
the shot on Diggy, and he gets another elim.
There's one thing you know about playing with NICKMERCS is this man gets the double barrel, and now on the right side of your screen, look at the Make It Rain bonus. They've got the lead right now as time's ticking down. Here's some earlier on. Lands right on one. This Villix didn't even react.
Basically makes Villix eat that double barrel. Meanwhile, Aydan, this is still earlier, sneaks inside the box and gets Giganza, catches him off guard on the inside. That's 4 elims total this game, all 4 of them in the Make It Rain bonus. And inside this box, NICKMERCS with the number of traps gets a knock on Cease. This could be number 5 and gets it. Elevate goes down to the trap as well.
Ladies and gentlemen, they're coming to life.
Absolutely dominating this game. 58 players left. 6 elims. They're 1 away from 3 points based on elims away. And I got to say, Jack, I think this Make It Rain bonus is in the bag for them. 24 seconds left.
These two boys are about
They're not done yet. They're pushing up top. Aydan's got more players above him. The comms between these two we were watching earlier, you can see
in a
Nick
huge build battle right now. It's Morgossi and Saint versus NICKMERCS and Aydan. Nick and Aydan trailing, getting some damage done. If they get these two, they're in big bonus territory. Aydan matching this. Look at what he's doing right. Absolutely stunning. He's got the high ground for the moment. The shot comes in.
Are you kidding me?
By Saint.
Nick fighting out.
There's the other, and Nick's on his feet, folks. It's big bonus as the duo has made this arena erupt.
Look at NICKMERCS materials at this point as well. He's sitting on over 2,500. The share with Aydan's got to be coming up here in a second. They take a moment to recoup from this. And Jack, these boys just showed up big.
And they are not done yet. Tilted Towers, it's theirs. Build battles, it's theirs. And they are hungry for more. Already a 4-point game for NICKMERCS and Aydan. And they've got the high ground, they've got the health and mats to do it. This could be how they rise back up the ranks. We mentioned how they needed to come back, and there it is. I mean, they've got double the amount of limbs a second. Nick is just firing on down. Every other elim they get from here is big bonus. Every elim is another point. They know this. They know how key this is right now.
Jack, 50 players left at this point. A little bit of a heart attack there, I think, for everybody. As Nick drops down just a little bit.
This man doesn't stop. They're not even together anymore.
Aggressive push. He doesn't even care. Aydan see what they've been doing this entire time, but it might cost him.
We've seen this before, though.
Happened in the previous match. A little bit too aggressive.
Yes.
Aydan's gonna, at this point, most likely slow down just a second. Catch his breath. You have to realize he's got to push when his teammate is available. Now's the time to take advantage of this.
Nick,
they both know that.
He's right on the edge of the zone. He's got to move on in. There you go. Still doing it.
It's all materials. Aydan needs material backup from Nick. Nick's sitting on quite a bit here, so material share is going to be.
He's also got shields for him, but this is the downside of them being so split, you know? Aydan's just got to get. Aydan needs to get lost for a second here in all these builds, and he couldn't be further from the next zone. That's another big worry now, too.
These hand grenades might come in key. He's just going to huck some grenades as high as he can. I think he's trying to drop them in on a structure from above, and he's doing so actually really well against the knock-on Ghoul. The heavy snipe swaps. Here it comes. He's going for another pair as he pushes in. Gets the Elim on Ghoul. There's one left from that duo. Still alive. 65, and there was a rift just in front of him. He's going to go in for it.
No way.
Can he make it in time?
No.
He can't. He's got to rotate with the Storm Jack, and he's got to stay ahead of it. He's got tons of players in front of him. He might actually get this one as well.
No! He gets shot in the back. Nick is still in this, though. Nick can fire from above. He's got tags on one. He's got eyes on another, but Nick's got to move. He still has a ton of materials and shield. Nick now, though, he's in the fray with everybody else and no longer can just aim down on others. He's getting tagged by this zone down to 33 HP, down to 25 HP, down to 17 HP, down to 9 HP.
And that's 9 eliminations total for this duo, though, Jack.
Brilliant game from them.
You can now help increase Twitch Moments giveaways by using BEAST as your Support a Creator code. To do this, click on the item shop, and then select Support a Creator in the bottom right. Type in BEAST and click Accept. Thanks for the support.
The crowd going absolutely wild for the show those two just put on. 30 remaining, 8 seconds until this circle closes, and Nolan is missing his teammate, taking shots there as he catches players trying to rotate. This next one's going to be punishing. 50 seconds, and it's already moving far south. Everybody's going to have to relocate, and you're going to want to pay attention to your feet quite a bit. Tendons didn't stick a landing in the middle of that, and this spread, top to bottom, we have a pair all the way at the top. But Carlos and the Generals, they're starting to drop down, and they may have just caught the team from Hero off guard. No, General actually got knocked by a fall, 29 meters. He missed deploying the glider on the way in. Bog looking for an Elim here on the outside. Maybe a player very low. Looks for the Elim, 34, shield tag. It gets shot from the back as he's trying to rotate in. His teammate Raz might not be able to save him. The circle is still rotating a player directly above him. A heal. This seemingly in the open. How is this man not getting spotted?
He's just got to go for it. He's just got to go for it at this point. As Raz is just sneaking on up. So little health.
Might actually be someone inside the box who's immediate right back there. 39 HP. He's got an opportunity here just to heal up. Cloaksy's still in this thing. Looks like Tfue may have been eliminated earlier.
But Cloaksy's got 4 limbs.
And as
I think that's the 5th.
That's 5th.
Cloaksy now at 5 limbs.
Himself. Cloaksy has been putting out a show already.
I'm telling you, he's the MVP. He is the MVP so far today, absolutely. Oh, and an awkward fight. Didn't land the trap. He's getting ripped up from everywhere, though. He's the target of multiple players at the moment. He's just going to reset with the glider.
Scoots out in the storm just barely, landing right next to this tree, kind of hiding himself in the structure. Blood and Raz both looking for a med kit. A shot through and Raz goes down. Only a handful of players left alive here, 11. Geber solo has 2 med kits, a mini, 2 campfires, which means this heal off might be his if nobody else sees him. Marksman checks out early. Nolan only bandages. We've got rockets coming. Base Soldier secures an elimination on the Mentos. Kayun gets knocked by a rocket.
And was that Geber who had all that healing?
It is indeed.
Because he just got eliminated.
He just got eliminated. Cloaksy's still alive. The shot he shot up close. Are you kidding me? Base Soldier with a rocket. 5 players left. 6 Elims there on Cloak as Sean's still alive from Ghost. Going for a play against...
2 versus 1.
Absolutely annihilated on the way up.
Here's the end of the game. They're dropping 40 falls. He falls down and they don't know where the final player is.
He must be sitting out in the storm healing.
Oh,
there it is.
My gosh! Yeah! Ronan wins it!
Just barely staying alive, hugging the center of that circle. The team from Hero brings home a victory royale.
And that's the downside. There's that. It's a double-edged sword. If you stick in the zone and try to out-heal it, and the other player is moving with the moving zone,
There's just so much damage you take there if you can't stay ahead of it.
That's the difference. He had enough time to keep moving with the zone. He did his job, and there you go, Ronan with the victory.
Raz and Bach both took home 6 elims that game. Cloak with 6 to his own name. But
5 teams had 5 or more elims that game.
But I think the elimination story in that one, NICKMERCS and Aydan, but these gentlemen from Hero taking home the victory royale.
Brilliant, brilliant stuff. Here it is again. Look, Blood trying to outheal the zone. Hero just
Way
sticking with the
outside
moving
the
zone.
zone.
And they had a couple more seconds to go, but there it is. Ladies and gentlemen, 5 games through as we continue to push along to figure out who will be our Fortnite Fall Skirmish Grand Champions. Man, I'll tell you right now, what an incredible moment that was, watching NICKMERCS and Aydan just pop off in that one.
Now we've seen multiple teams start to do that. That's 2 teams that have secured big bonus elimination points.
Yes.
The game before, 72 hours, Chap from Liquid, now NICKMERCS and Aydan. I think, to me, that speaks volumes about how Fortnite can just swing. Single games can make all the differences. I guarantee you, Nick and Aydan have to be higher on the leaderboard now, but substantially.
And when you think about the amount of elims they had even in the heats, plus the elims they're having here, I know that there's like an extra bonus for like total elims across the weekend too that we'll probably wind up discussing later on when it gets all figured out. But they're in a running for a lot of stuff
absolutely.
right now. We think we'll have an update soon, but I'm assuming they won that Make It Rain. That game. I don't see how they did
7
it.
at that point. It was insanity. Let's take a look back. I believe it replays from that match. We watched Payne, Vape Jesus. Payne here, very accurate shots on Mowgli from underneath. Then feeding in. Here it is. There's the knock on Norse just before. This spread of players, top to bottom here, is absolutely crazy. NICKMERCS, you see here only 3 in this replay, which means there's 3 more elims inbound, and those traps paid off multiple times against multiple players. The knock there on Cease, and just moments after, Elevate drops in and eats the traps. Hero, JDW, and Ronan.
And there, look, they know it too. It's one of those things where when it comes down to that last second heal battle, it's like, here's to hoping. And he just didn't have it up, right? It's like, he's just moving with that zone. He knows he's maybe got 5-6 seconds left before he's done. Hopefully the opponent runs out of health before then. And that's exactly what happened. So congratulations to those two. Again, every victory royale is 50 grand. So they just won $50,000.
I wonder if in the moment, as soon as they see that screen, what's the first thing they think of? Is it the point values? Or is it the victory royale prize bonus?
There's so much money up for grabs in these prize bonus and prize pools that like $50,000. Like we talk about it like it's nothing. That's like tournament
ridiculous
victories in other games. Like it's just nuts to see that that's what they just got for a victory royale there. Now, as we move forward, we know this is the final game. T2 and Cloaksy absolutely just put more points on the board. But we have to look back at how NICKMERCS and Aydan just did this, my friend.
The best part about that first replay is as you were talking about NICKMERCS with the double barrel and how efficient he is, they literally, production cut to a clip of NICKMERCS with a double barrel and how efficient he is.
Yeah. There it was again.
These trap plays, just insanity, and feeding Elevate. Elevate must have walked directly into that pair of traps. Oh my gosh. The crowd was
oh, they were on their feet.
Explosive.
You know what it was they already had all those elims, and then they build battled Morgause and Saint. And obviously, Morgause won the Summer Skirmish. I mean, look at this from Aydan.
This is ridiculous. Aydan, please stop, dude.
Honestly, think of how different this game winds up being almost, too, for this duo, if Aydan's able to get into that rift. Remember when he was trying to break through the rift in time right here?
Just a half second faster, he would have been in, could have floated into the zone.
And I mean, there's people everywhere. I think he thought he was completely safe when that floor got placed above him. Unfortunately, not the case. NICKMERCS did what he could, but with the zone at his back, he was right on the edge. He just couldn't make it on in. So he knows that they were dropped on out, but either way, 9 eliminations.
Even still, I mean, you could see just between the two of them, the chemistry. Because Aydan immediately is like, dude, it's totally okay. Look, there it is. Yo, make some noise for Nick. I want these gentlemen to hear you in the back, please.
Oh, they do. People are happy. They put on a show.
That's what's up. They know now.
Oh, wait, let's have to make it rain. Oh, they just won the 30,000. They know. The Make It Rain bonus goes to NICKMERCS and Aydan, $15,000 each right there. 6 elims. Look at Imagine how he's just like kicked off the stage, assaulting his teammate.
NICKMERCS removed from the arena for assault. No, I'm just kidding.
Brilliant stuff from those two. What a story it is. From the rivalry that was the skirmish, the summer skirmish.
What a duo.
To now them being together here in the fall skirmish. I know when it got announced, it went like viral in the Fortnite community. So many people excited to see it. And they continue to show up. They got second in their heat. Now here today, you know, we haven't shown the standings up to this, like now after that game, but I assume they're near that top 10.
They have to be. They have to be. But that's not the only thing that's happening over the course of these matches. Jack, we're 5 matches through.
Yep.
This is the grand finals for the fall skirmish. And you have to realize there's so many teams that have so much, there's so much story behind them. We've seen Liquid come back from 3, not necessarily top tier performances to game 4 putting on a show.
Yep.
We've seen Cloak and Tfue just absolutely dominant the first 3 matches. We have to see if they show up here for match number 6 to establish themselves as the leaders. If they win this thing, I still say arguably the best duo in Fortnite right now.
Here's the thing to think of as well. With the big bonus being in play, with those extra elims, it doesn't matter how far behind you were. 6 points is not the max you can get in one game from a victory royale and getting those 7 elims. No. If someone drops 20 elims, they could have that many points worth of a game. Like, they can absolutely pop off. Don't count anybody out. I don't care how poor their first 5 games went. Literally, anyone can place in the top 10 from this point.
I think at this point, Jack is just trying to say, if you're back there, if you're in the players area and you're listening, please, someone just drop a 20 bomb so we can all lose our minds, because we want to see it. I want to see it. I want to see people play absolutely out of their minds, because this last game, Jack, this determines the winner. $400,000 for the first place duo. You've got to think people are going to put themselves in positions now to push for a lead, to push for the win.
Well, we're not going to take a look at the full standings right now. We're going to look at the match 5 results to see where we all kind of stacked up at the end there. Remember, this is the match 5 results. This is just from this game alone. NICKMERCS and Aydan at the top at 5 points. But the big thing to take note of in that 4th spot, Cloaksy and Tfue with 3. They'll build more on that lead that they had. And I don't see Nate Hill and Funk Bomb on there, the team in 2nd. So you got to think their lead right back up there yet again, strong as ever with only 1 game left.
They're intelligent players, though, as are, everybody else playing this, everyone that's involved in this. They all know what they're doing. So you're going to see people start to make plays, decisions based on their current potential placement, what you see on your screen and what we saw before is your 13 through 25. There will be changes to play styles.
Yeah.
You mentioned Nate Hill and Funk Bomb. We've seen them put on a show before. They've been a duo for a very long time. There's team cohesion. They're going to take advantage of it.
Here it is, folks. This crowd has been incredible so far today. Give yourselves a round of applause for the love we've been seeing in here.
The best audience in San Jose today, my friend, easily.
You want to hear something crazy?
Tell me. Lay it on me, Jack.
Fortnite's doing crazy stuff all over the world. There was actually a Guinness World Record set today at the
Seriously?
Paris, the Paris Games Week for the most people doing a video game emote in person in one area. Here's the video. Oh my goodness.
Gosh.
Are they all on Cuddle Team Leader
They're all
outfits?
Cuddle Team Leaders.
This is an official Guinness World Record, folks. Let's just beat it right now, you imagine? We just re-break it here.
Before anybody goes crazy, I'm pretty sure you have to have a Guinness World Record official on site to witness it. But they did establish, they got it. They locked it in, Jack.
Impressive. I was just out of breath looking at that.
I think you should go for a dance world record. That's the longest, the person has emoted longest in person a Fortnite emote ever.
Stop.
24-hour
I'll do
orange
the eating
justice.
popcorn emote. That's the one I could do. That one would be probably the only one that I could do.
You have to resupply the popcorn, though, otherwise it doesn't work.
Hey.
That's a lot of wasted popcorn, Jack.
I'm all for it, though. Either way, though, we are 1 game away.